Okay, guys, how are we? Oh, I've been trying to find time to talk to you guys. Been playing with the kids football outside. It's funny, whilst I was playing football, I was chatting with Ginger Alden. This is no lie, guys. And they're playing away, and Ginger Alden is talking to me on the phone while I'm playing football with Tino. Yasmin was doing some gardening. My wife was doing some gardening. And it's me chatting away with Ginger Alden, Elvis's girlfriend. It's like, you can't even make it up. I'm in the southwest UK, and just chatting away with Ginger Alden. Obviously, I've always been a fan of Ginger. I love her book, a brilliant book. I've read this book. It's a beautiful book. I forgot to ask her. So I did say to her, which I'm sure she'll be fine with, but I have to wait for her to reply. I did say to her, I forgot to ask. I did say to her, do you mind if I read some small parts of this book out to you guys? So, and I'm just going to quickly wait, see if she replies before I. So I want to read out a few bits of this book. We did read 13 chapters of this but eventually I found out that we're not actually allowed to read books on YouTube without permission. So I'm going to get Ginger Alden's permission before I start actually reading the book properly. I'm only going to read small sections, but I do intend to read Ginger's book. Let's see if she replies. Just so you know that I'm not lying, guys. This is so let's make sure. So I don't know if you can see. Let me just make sure. Okay, so I just want to make sure there's nothing on here that is a problem. So you can't tell, but I've been speaking to Ginger for an hour, maybe longer. Could have been longer than an hour. So how do you guys feel about that? Louis from Defending Elvis is speaking to Ginger Alden. Bearing in mind, my Defending Elvis channel only started 13 months ago. 13 months ago. Obviously, my Elvis channel was a bit longer than that. I think I haven't worked out the exact date, but I got a feeling it was about 2-ish years ago I started doing the Elvis channel, Louis' World of Elvis. But the Defending Elvis was the 8th of July 2024, and the reason I know that date is because Nicola told me. Nicola found out for me, because I always get confused. That's lovely. I've got a nice butter coffee. Remember, butter coffee is very good for you guys. I want to make it just a bit hotter, but butter coffee is very good for you. Keeps you full. And the butter is very good for you guys. Don't be scared of butter. Don't let butter scare you guys. Oh, that's too nice. So butter coffee is made with just normal granules of coffee, water and milk, and obviously I melt butter. You blend the butter into the coffee with an electric blender. I have an electric blender machine that does it for you. And then add hot frothy milk. So yeah, I can see that a few of you saw my video today concerning our fake Elvis channels. I don't really want to talk about it, mate. I think I said everything I needed to say in my live dog walk today, so I don't need to address it. So how is everyone? So can I ask you this? Are there any questions you'd like me to ask Ginger? Seriously, guys, are there any questions you'd like me to ask Ginger? She's so polite, she's lovely, she's friendly, quite honest. I asked Ginger some important questions. Yeah, she was very forthcoming. I discussed many topics. I don't think she'll mind me saying, I discussed the Smiths. I discussed the Stanleys. What else? She obviously knows that I'm friendly with certain people. She knows that I'm friendly with Mindy Miller. She knows I'm friendly with Bridget Cruz. Yeah. Who else? We mentioned Spa Guy and Trey. We had a few words on Spa Guy and Trey. Remember, I've got nothing against Spa Guy and Trey. I think they're fine. I just disagree with some of the things they do, and my views with Spa Guy and Trey is that if you disagree with them, if you don't have the same opinions as them, if you don't align yourself with everything they do, I think they're a little bit rude. That's all. It doesn't mean I dislike them. I love their channels, both of their channels. Globetrot and Trey, I think it's a great channel. Spa Guy has got a great channel. I love the dojo. I'm a big fan of the dojo. Yeah. I just don't agree with certain things like the ambulance. I mean, Ginger told me she didn't look at the ambulance. There's a good question. Did Ginger look at the ambulance? No, she didn't. She didn't want to see it. Yeah, that was one of the questions I asked her. So Ginger is of the same mindset as me. She doesn't want to see the ambulance. I don't blame her. It's pretty morbid, but she did like and get on well with Spa Guy, you know, Billy Stallings and Trey. She gets on well. They were friendly and nice to her. So she likes the dojo. You know, she's a fan, of the dojo, the Tiger Man dojo. So am I. I'm a big fan of the Tiger Man dojo. Okay. I do feel that Trey and Spa Guy, if people disagree with them, I think you should respect them, give them their right to have different opinions without calling them bananas, which is what Trey called them, without talking down to them. If you have different views about Priscilla, like obviously Trey is a Priscilla fan, yeah, he will say, oh, it's part of history. Well, if you're not a Priscilla fan, then that doesn't mean you should be insulted. If we have strong views about Priscilla, because I have very strong views about Priscilla, don't I, guys? But if I disagree with Trey's views on Priscilla, that isn't an excuse to talk down to me or belittle me or call me a banana or call my channel a nonsense channel. You know, we can have different views on Priscilla and still get on. We can agree to disagree. So that is my thing to Spa Guy and Trey is, look, I'm fine with you guys, but we can agree to disagree on things. It's okay. I don't have to agree with the fact that you are friendly with Dave Hebler, the guy who was involved with this book. Elvis, What Happened? Obviously, with Red West and Sunny West. We have different views. Spa Guy and Trey will say this is part of history, so it's okay to discuss it. I don't agree. I personally have a view that if you're an Elvis fan, if you truly love Elvis, you won't get all chummy and friendly with Dave Hebler. I don't agree with David Stanley having his arse kissed at the Westgate, the old International Hotel. I don't think it's right. I don't think David Stanley should be hero worshipped just because he knew Elvis was Elvis's stepbrother, because David Stanley treated Elvis in a disgusting way. The things that Dave Stanley said about Elvis are absolutely unbelievable. Seriously, guys, when you say that someone planned his suicide, knowing his daughter was there, it's sickening. And he didn't say it once or twice. He said it again and again and again and again for years. And then he changed his mind. Yeah? It's not good enough, guys. So no, I'm not happy with Dave Stanley. I don't hate them. But I'm not happy with him. I don't think he deserves to be at Westgate having his ass kissed because he once knew Elvis. I just don't agree with it. I don't agree Dave Hebler should be getting his ass kissed at the Tiger Man Dojo because he once knew Elvis in the name of history. I just don't agree. That's just my views. But if people like Trey and Spa Guy disagree with me, that's okay. No hard feelings, no hate, no animosity. We don't have to block each other. It's just one of those things, yeah? So guys, because I've been talking to Ginger today, obviously I'm very honoured and proud to be talking to Ginger. I'm a massive fan of Ginger Alden. She really is a true defender. She really is. I don't care what anyone says. I know that the Ginger Alden topic is a hot topic. I know that if I do a Ginger Alden video, I will get a big reaction, good and bad. I'll get both sides. I'll get the people that have just got it in for Ginger. I'll get the people that bring up all the same stuff over and over again. They always bring up her parents and, you know, and the engagement, the marriage. They bring up just the usual stuff that everyone keeps repeating. She was never there. She didn't move in with Elvis. Just all the same stuff gets regurgitated over and over again. And I see the same arguments playing out over and over again. That, we can't change that, guys. That's your right as fans. You have the right as fans to have different views about Ginger, about Linda, about Priscilla, about Mindy Miller, about any ex-girlfriend. That's your right. You're going to have it out, argue it out within the comments of the different social media channels, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it, X, whatever. It's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. But one thing I will say, guys, is that Ginger is an Elvis defender. Linda defends Elvis. No matter what you think of Linda, and we have her book. 1 second. No matter what you think of Linda, look, we've even got Anita Wood's book, yeah, and obviously Donna Presley has just released a beautiful video about Anita Wood and being with Anita Wood upstairs at Graceland's in the 60s, in the early 60s. So I'm a massive fan of Anita Wood. Even with Anita Wood, people will say things. They'll say about she recorded the secret phone call with Elvis, didn't she? You'll get disgruntled Elvis fans that bring up Anita Wood's secretly recorded phone call. You're always going to have it, even with Linda Thompson. Now, this book obviously isn't just about Linda. It's also about her husband, Bruce Jenner. But I think the first 160 pages of this book are about Elvis and Linda, yeah? Now, the person that gave me this book has become one of our trolls, unfortunately. Isn't that unbelievable? Someone sent me this book and now they've become a troll. Unbelievable. I actually quite value this book. The person who sent me this book was very kind to me, so why she turned on me, I have no idea. But I do remember she didn't want me to like Linda. She did not want me to like Linda. Now, I disagreed with her. I said to her, no, I'm not going to trash Linda just because you don't like her. Now, I fully accept, guys, that Linda did say a few things I wish that she didn't say. She did. There's a few things I don't even agree with that she said, yeah? But that doesn't mean I'm going to dislike her. I still think she speaks well of Elvis 99% of the time. She definitely defends Elvis. If you go through Linda's interviews in the last 20 years, she speaks beautifully of Elvis. I do think she does share things with us. Sometimes I would rather she kept private. And I also think some of the things Linda says are questionable. Yeah. But generally, she defends Elvis. But I know if I do a Linda Thompson video, I know that I'll get a lot of questions, quite a big reaction. Linda and Ginger get a massive reaction. Both of them. Yeah. So, right, let's look at your messages a minute quickly, and then we're going to play some. What I want to do is try and find a few short videos of Ginger Alden's, because I've been talking to her for an hour. I think the least we can do is honour her with a big thank you and just show the world that she is an absolute amazing person and defender of Elvis. Yeah? No matter what anyone says about Ginger, Elvis must have loved her to get engaged to her. He must have. Yeah, Elvis must have loved her to get engaged to her. Yeah, even Billy Smith says Elvis loved her. I'll see if I can find that. Now, we have to understand Elvis was obviously on some pretty strong prescription medication and wasn't in his best health. So we have to take that into account. They'd been on holiday to Hawaii. He looked like he was getting better to me. He'd lost some weight. His arms and legs, shoulders, most of his body looks very slim. Yes, his tummy's a little bit extended and his face is a bit puffy, but he actually looks quite good on that holiday with Ginger. Yeah. Ginger always says Elvis was looking forward to the future, looking forward to his up and coming tour the next day. We know about the different things Elvis did with Ginger, like going to see The Spy Who Loved Me. I think Trey and Spa Guy did a pretty good video when they discovered the cinema, the theater, and they have the super fan that took that last picture of Elvis coming home, I think, from that theater. We also know that I think they went to the fair. We also know that Elvis takes Ginger to her grandfather's funeral, and he actually takes her family as well in his aeroplane. Elvis is there in the church, and he nods his head to the priest or preacher? I'm not sure what you call them. When he's doing his sermon and singing, Elvis sings along with Charlie Hodge. What a beautiful thing to do for Ginger, to take her to her grandfather's funeral. Obviously, Ginger's grandfather was very important to her. So there's loads of beautiful things. So I was asking Ginger quite a few questions, not too many. I don't want to over probe, but I did try and get a feeling from her about the Stanleys, about the Smiths. I quickly mentioned Spa Guy and Trey. I just tried to get an understanding of how she feels. I can tell she feels unfairly portrayed. Yeah. Not just by fans, but by family as well. I can tell that she sees certain things differently. Obviously, she was there. She's, her 9 months where she was there. She has very strong recollections of many things. So when things are disputed, I think she gets upset about it. This is the general feeling I got from the chat. Yeah. So then, obviously we've got Donna Presley. I get on very well with Donna. I'm a massive fan of Donna Presley. I've got a lot of respect, and the bottom line is, I don't care what anyone says, Donna Presley is Elvis's first cousin, Vernon's sister's daughter. She spent a lot of time with Elvis, living with Elvis, being around Elvis. So Donna Presley will have her memories. Yeah. So I fully respect that, and everything that Donna says to me is I take seriously. Yeah. I really like Donna Presley. I love the fact that her channel is doing so well. Her Donna Presley official YouTube channel is doing amazing. Yeah. So I'm 100% there for Donna. I'm 100% there for Ginger. I haven't got to know Linda yet. That may come. If Linda, if you watch my show, reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you and get your perspective of things as well. I've had long chats with a few people. I've had some long chats with Billy Stanley. Me and Billy Stanley, it hasn't worked out with me and Billy. Not because of me. I've always stayed very, very respectful with Billy Stanley. Yeah. I've always been very friendly and kind to him. But of course, I cover topics that will make him uncomfortable, because I talk about Dee Stanley, I talk about David Stanley, I talk about Ricky Stanley. Yeah. There's this other new thing that's keeps getting brought up to me now about Billy and why him and Elvis fell out. That's been brought up to me a few times. Now, I'm not going to bring that up now, but Billy Stanley, there was issues concerning why him I've been told that for the last 4 to 5 years, Billy Stanley wasn't around. So that, you know, I do have Billy's first book. Where is it? Oh, here we go. I do have Billy's first book. So obviously it's called Elvis, My Brother. And I think there is a section in here that discusses why him and Elvis fell out. But I have been told that that version of things is incorrect. I have been told that Elvis was an innocent person in all that and was accused of things that never happened. Do any of you know about that? I bet Margaret knows. Hi, Margaret. I have been told that this version of why Billy Stanley and Elvis fell out isn't true. That actually Billy got it wrong. I'm just saying, guys, just saying, that's not for today's video. Yeah. So I'm a lucky guy, guys. I'm a lucky guy. I have, in 13 months, we've managed to go from just being Louis sat in the corner in his kitchen with his Defending Elvis channel. We've managed to end up speaking to these very well-known, important historical figures. You know, let's face it, guys. These are these people are part of history. Ginger Alden, Linda Thompson, Billy Stanley, the Smiths, Mindy Miller. You know, there's more names that we could mention, isn't there? They're part of history, and somehow, you know, Donna Presley is very important to me, and her assistant Karen as well. Somehow, I don't really know why, Louis in the UK in his kitchen has been able to talk to these people. It's pretty astonishing, pretty amazing. I'm honoured to know all these people. Of course, I have strong disagreements with the Smiths, with Billy and Joe Smith. I've had some disagreements with Danny Smith. So it's not all plain sailing. I know at the moment Billy Stanley doesn't really want to talk to me. You know, it's not all plain sailing, guys. I run a Defending Elvis channel. I discuss things that people don't, that certain people, certain family members would rather I didn't discuss. 100% David Stanley won't want me to talk about his behaviour to Elvis. 100% Dave Hebler will not want to talk to me about the book Elvis, What Happened, because he knows that I see this book as a betrayal. Even Mike Stone, and I've got his book, I've got Mike Stone's book. I doubt he's going to want to talk to me because I'm very upset with Mike Stone because I think the way he treated his family is disgusting. I think what him and Priscilla did was disgusting. Yeah. So, you know, it's not always going to be easy going with Louis defending Elvis, is it, guys? So it's a tough one. So, but I do feel very lucky and very fortunate, and I really do thank these people for talking to me. I don't take it for granted. Yeah, I love the fact that people like Ginger and Donna talk to me, and Mindy, people like that. I love it. I really feel very lucky. So I'm honoured, guys. I'm honoured. Right, let's read some of your comments. So then after that, we'll play a few Ginger Oldham videos. I'm going to do a couple of Ginger Oldham videos. I'm going to do a live stream, then I'm going to do a video, okay? So, yeah, obviously you saw my video concerning the people that have been bullying me. I wanted to that is the last video for me. So I will not let them have the last say. I'm having the last say, whether they like it or not. So they still have not apologized, and they need to. Yeah. So I'm waiting for my apology. The sooner I get it, the better for you guys. Right. Okay. Let's keep going, guys. So we're still here, guys. No one has shut us down. We're still standing. We have no strikes. Everything is good. Our channel is flourishing. What was that? Let's have a look. Hi, Nora. How are you? Let's have a look. Keep going. Blah, 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 blah. So thank you for joining me. Actually, I'll put your comments up on here so I can see your comments. Now, one of the standout things for me that really pleases me about Ginger is that she defends Elvis. She speaks beautifully. All right, she's just given me permission. Ginger has just given me permission to read the book. Da, da, da. I've got permission to read the book. Yay! Thanks, Ginger. She just... Can you hear? Can you see that? Oh, I don't know if it'll show. She just writes, I don't mind, but it's very blurry. I know what, I'll take a picture. I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you guys. Let's have a look. Just so you know that I'm not joshing. Okay. Right, I've just sent it to my Facebook. Hang on. That's good, guys. That's good, because it means, because I want to start reading bits out of that book, yeah? It means I can read things and not be copyrighted because I've had permission. Okay, so let's just get Facebook up. Ginger, thank you very much. Very appreciated. It makes my life a bit easier. I don't get nasty messages from Facebook. I mean, from YouTube. Obviously, me getting strikes is a bit of a problem at the moment. As you know, guys. Right, let's get the thing up just so you can see it. Let's make it bigger. I don't know if you can see that. Ta-da! There we go. There we go. So I do say to Ginger, there's a long conversation, but a lot of it is private, so I don't want to show you all of it. If there's any way I can help, thanks for a nice chat. Was my last message. She does say "Oh Lordy" to me on something. I can't tell you why. We were talking about another member of Elvis's family. Except I'm not going to say what it was. So the comment was, sorry, can I read out small parts of your book? Only a few lines at a time. I don't mind a few. There we are. I don't mind a few. So I won't read the whole book. Just a few. Yeah? So I'm happy with that, guys. So let's have a look. Let me just... Elvis liked having me with him anytime he wasn't performing or discussing business. The fact, along with my shy nature, meant that other than a casual hello, I didn't talk much with the many other people who were always swirling around him. And I think we know this, don't we? That she sort of was with Elvis more and she would stay with him away from the others. She sort of did her own thing. On occasion, I'd see a few women chatting together out in the living room of Elvis's suite close to the showtime, but they kept their distance. In part, I think this was because I was identified as Elvis's girlfriend. Yeah, so we can read little bits, and we will. I need to go through a few bits, pick a few bits out, you know. So thank you, Ginger. Lovely. Right. So, okay, let me give you guys a chance. So I'm gonna... Let's go back to... Let's get... is it that one? Hang on a minute. Let's get... I just want to get... where are we? Hang on a minute, guys. Hang on. Let's get Ginger Alden's video back up. If it's going to work. No, it's disappeared, which is annoying. Where is it? Not there. Is that it? Right, hang on, guys. We'll suss it. History. Right, it's going to be here somewhere. There we go. I pause. So what I'm going to do is read your comments, and I'm going to play a couple of videos. Okay. Okay, guys. Right, we're working. Let's get Elvis back in the picture. We need Elvis in the picture. Okay. Remember, Elvis is watching us. We have to be careful what we say. Everything we do must be done in a respectful way. Okay. We must do things in a way that Elvis would approve. Yeah, obviously metaphorically. I know he's not here watching me, you know. Right. Okay. Let's go through the comments. Right, so welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining me. Now, have I got your comments on here? Let's get you on here. I do like to have you on here, guys. The weather in England is really good today. Here we are. Right, gotcha. So there's 50 of you watching. Thank you so much for joining me. So let's try and go through some of your comments. In case you've just joined us, I am celebrating that Ginger Alden spoke with me today for an hour. Loved it. I felt honoured. Honestly, I really did. I feel the same way about Donna Presley. I love it. I love talking to Donna. She's amazing. And her assistant, Karen. Very special people. Love them. Love them, love them, love them. Right. You know, I wish Ginger... Let's have a look. Susan says, I wish Ginger stood up to Priscilla when Priscilla wrote Elvis. Well, that was 1985. That's a long time. We don't really know what happened, do we? Susan, we don't know if she did or didn't. It's a long time ago. Maybe she did. You could ask her on her Facebook. Yeah, oh no, we had a very good chat. It was a very detailed chat. Vincenzo, I highly recommend Ginger Alden's book. Yep, it's a beautiful book. Anita, you're glad you found our channel. You just want the truth, not make-believe stories. Thanks, Anita. And that's what we try to do. We try to get to the truth. I'm always searching for Elvis defenders, guys. Elvis defenders. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah? If people have made a few mistakes in the past, I can handle that if they are now defending Elvis. It's the defending Elvis bit that stands out to me. Ginger Alden defends Elvis. Massively. Massively. Very important to me. Yeah? She's one of the best defenders because I think Ginger Alden challenges people. So Ginger Alden will sit in an interview and say, I don't understand why Elvis is being so unfairly portrayed. Why do people portray him as if he was crawled up in a little ball waiting to die, depressed? He wasn't like that. And Ginger makes that very clear. Ginger makes it very clear. Elvis was looking forward to the future, even planning a family, kids, marriage. Isn't that a nice thought, guys? Where isn't that a great thought that Elvis, when he was 42, because 40 isn't old, guys. 40 is not old. Isn't it great to think that Elvis, yes, he was going to do his up and coming tour, but he was looking forward to maybe marrying, having kids, and what comes with that. So I love the fact that Ginger talks about Elvis that he was looking forward to life ahead. Yeah, he was going to make a lot of changes. Yeah, isn't that a big deal? Elvis was going to make a lot of changes just before he died. So that pleases me. Let's have a look. Yeah, do you know what, Margaret? We are going to do some Anita Wood topics. I'm going to start going through her book a bit, reading out the love letters from Elvis and Anita, and discussing the love affair between Elvis and Anita. I definitely want to do that. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Anita Wood. I think she's lovely. So Vincenzo, can you ask Ginger what she thought of Priscilla? Guys, between you and me, we did discuss Priscilla. We did discuss her. I'm not going to say what she said, but I won't share with you guys things that unless I've been given permission to share things. Same goes with Donna Presley. I won't share with you guys things unless I've been given permission. Yeah. I will ask what I do when I talk to Ginger. I'll say to her, am I allowed to say this? Am I allowed to say that? But come on, guys. Doesn't common sense alone tell you that Ginger is disappointed with some of the things Priscilla has done? Yeah. So that's coming from me, not from Ginger. Okay. Common sense. But yes, Vincenzo, I will ask. I will ask. I did ask, but I asked it indirectly. Obviously, Ginger knows that I do a lot of videos about exposing Priscilla. I said it to Ginger. I don't hate Priscilla, but I don't like what she's done. I don't like the way Priscilla has treated Elvis and Lisa. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't like it. So she knows that I'm seeing her on the 4th of October. I haven't decided if I'm going to go yet. But you know, I must repeatedly say this. We are not a Priscilla hate channel. We are a defending Elvis channel. We expose Priscilla's wrongdoing. There's a difference. There's a difference. But do I like Priscilla? No, because I don't like how she's treated Elvis. But I don't hate her. You get it, guys? I have no hate in my heart. Impossible. I'm not capable of hate, guys. Even these psycho bullies, I don't hate them. I pity them. They underestimated me, 100%. But I don't hate them. There we are, Jamie. Hi, Jamie. Welcome. I thought it was a shame that Baz didn't include Linda and Ginger in the Elvis movie. It was like Elvis' life ended after he divorced Priscilla. She came off the victim. Yeah, I agree. Fully agree. 100% Ginger Alden should be included in Elvis movies, different movies, but any movie, Baz Luhrmann's, even the Kurt Russell movie. The bottom line is, she was there in the last year. Now, you've got this sort of fairy tale storyline that Priscilla has pushed since she became powerful at Gracelands, yeah? Since Priscilla became the ruler, yeah, the queen of Graceland, she recreated the storyline of her and Elvis, even redecorating Gracelands, which is turning back the clock to when she lived there, which is wrong, guys. Yeah. But Priscilla likes the world to think it was just me and Elvis, and there was no one else. And Elvis became overweight, took drugs, was unfaithful, and died. That's Priscilla's bullshit. We had a perfect romance. Oh, by the way, I was only 14. Yeah. So that she can be the victim, play the victim. Yeah. Even though Elvis didn't actually see her properly until she was nearly 18. Yeah. But my point is this. Priscilla has her storyline. I met him when I was 14. He groomed and controlled me. I was a prisoner in Gracelands. Then we got married. He was unfaithful. He took drugs. He got fat. Then he died. That was all of Elvis's life. The end. There was no other girlfriends. This is how Priscilla wants the world, the fake fairy tale. This really is a fake fairy tale. Almost all of it is bullshit. Almost all of it. I don't even understand why the public are so gullible and have fallen for that fake fairy tale. But the truth is, we all fell for it as well, didn't we? Didn't we all fall for the bullshit in the 70s and 80s? Didn't we all fall for it? Weren't we all stupid? And then we wised up. Eventually. It took a long time. Yeah. Some people have only been wising up recently. Even me. I only wised up when I started defending Elvis. Well, that was only 13 months ago. The brainwashing worked. Priscilla's trick of conning the world into thinking that Elvis and Priscilla's relationship was a perfect fairy tale that just happened to go wrong because Elvis was unfaithful and took drugs. Everyone fell for the bullshit. Poor Elvis has been so unfairly portrayed that most of the world think he was a bad guy who was a good singer. So unfair. Priscilla is looked at as this sweet, innocent angel that did nothing wrong. It's ridiculous. She was very unfaithful and completely ripped him off. I just want to say everything I say is for entertainment purposes only, just opinion sharing, discussion, YouTube channel. We share opinions. Nothing is fact. You get what I'm saying though, don't you guys? Yeah, Martha, I do feel very, very lucky. Martha, I do. Talking to people like Ginger and Donna and even Billy Stanley we did have a phase of talking regularly. Mindy has given me loads of great advice. Mindy's been very good with me. I'm a big fan of Mindy. She's been very kind to me. And she defends Elvis. What more do you want? This is what we want. I do feel very fortunate. I do. I'm very lucky. I don't take it for granted. Let's keep going through your comments. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean the Ricky Stanley, Dave Stanley stuff is difficult. Even the D Stanley stuff, guys. We are going to have to go over it, but these are tough topics. You know, we do get an angry reaction, don't we? Because there's a lot of people don't like the Stanleys. Yeah, that's the truth of it, guys. I always know this. If I talk about the Stanleys, I lose a few subscribers. People are very angry with the Stanleys, all of them. Yeah, so it's an awkward topic, guys. Yeah, Margaret, I do understand your comment, but at least he now defends Elvis. Yeah, he does. I will say this. He does try to defend Elvis now. He does. And he did write a beautiful book, The Faith of Elvis. So because of that, I keep saying we've got to take the good. Yeah, the good is he does defend Elvis. Now, I'm not falling for Dave Stanley's bullshit. No chance. He shouldn't be at Westgate. Even, you know, I have an awkwardness with the Smiths as well, because only recently they mentioned that they fully support the All the King's Men documentary. Well, that upsets me. So I do have a little bit of a problem with Billy and Joe Smith saying that. I don't like it. But I also enjoy listening to their stories. Their sweet stories. I enjoy listening to their channel, Elvis Fans Matter. So it's very awkward for me, guys. Because in one breath, they say the nice stories that we all want to hear. But then they say they support All the King's Men and that they support this book, Elvis and the Memphis Mafia, which this book is a trash book. I know Marty Lacker and Lamar Fight also were disgusting in that book as well. So it's awkward, guys. Defending Elvis isn't straightforward, is it? We have a lot of different things. It's, you know, I was trying to explain this to Ginger and to Donna, that when you're defending Elvis, you're trying to juggle. You're like trying to keep everyone happy. You're trying to not scare everyone away. So I have a difficult task. Trying to defend and not. I don't want to lose defenders. So if there's people that are defending Elvis, I think we're on the right track, aren't we? Yeah. So we've got to be. Sometimes you can make mistakes in the past as long as you're doing the right thing in the future. That's how I feel. Does that make sense, guys? You got to take the good sometimes. You know, we're all human. We all make mistakes. We have to understand that. I really believe that. All right. So I'm just going through your topics, not for your comments, guys. Take care, Jen. All the best to you, Jen. Thanks for joining us. Of course, Team Elvis rule. We love Team Elvis. Yeah, Anita, I'm very lucky. Thank you. Let's have a look. Now, Margaret, obviously, Margaret leaves me some amazing comments. She's a proper researcher. Margaret, you're a proper researcher, aren't you? Yeah? Thank you for joining us, by the way. So the only reason I like Billy at all is his book, The Faith of Elvis. Yeah. That's fair comment, Margaret. It is a beautiful book. It's one of the best books I've ever read. It's a beautiful book. Yeah. I personally think Billy Stanley has been very unfair to me because I was so kind to him. He's been pretty bad tempered with me. There's no need for it. I was so good to him. I've never been rude to Billy Stanley ever, not even once. Pamela says people keep changing their stories. It's true. It's true. Right, let's have a look. I'm rushing through a bit, guys. So Jamie says, I've read the book. I appreciate the fact that she waited many years before writing it. Yeah, I agree. Wasn't it 2016? She waited for the right time to write the book. Let's have a look. I get confused. It's no, 2014. 2014. I agree, Jamie. She did, yes. So Margaret says, Louis, when you talk to Donna, please ask her if she's read any books such as Sally's reporting on Elvis' many meds issued and why he abused meds due to meds used. Think she believes him. She doesn't believe him as an addict. She definitely does not. Right, let me just read that again. Let's have a look. Margaret's thing. When you talk to Donna, please ask her if she has read any books such as Sally reporting on Elvis, many meds. She doesn't. No, she definitely. I can speak on behalf of Donna Presley. Yeah, she does not think Elvis was an addict. She clearly does not. Now let me see if I can get this up. She truly believes Elvis. No, it's that he was a sick man who needed his medication. Now let me get it up for you guys. So I was going to do a whole separate video on this actually, but right, let me just let me try and find it, guys. Ooh, I mean, if my wife turns up, guys, I'm gonna have to go. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can find it. I've actually got an audio of. Let's have a look of Donna Presley telling us her views on Elvis's prescription medication. Let me just see if I got it here a minute. Hang on a minute. I might have to do this on another time, guys. 100% she does not think he was an addict. She does say he was very unwell and needed his prescription medication. 100%, guys. I'm just seeing if it's here. Do you know what? I'll try and play it on my phone. I'll try and play it on my phone. Hang on a minute. One second, guys. 1 second. Let's try and find it. Sorry, she sent me this 3 or 4 days ago, so I'm... Hang on a minute, guys. Hang on a minute. We're going to find it. We're going to find it. Never give up. Never give up. Oh, Donna's trying to ring me. Donna, I'm trying to find the message. I'm trying to find your message. You can message me if you want. Don't ring me, but message me, yeah? All right, I've just been told Donna did not read Sally Hoddle's book. Donna did not. Hi, Karen, how are you? Donna did not read Sally Hoddle's book. Okay, there's Margaret's answer. But I want to... So me and Karen, we talk a lot. Right, I found the 3 messages. I need to find the one that talks about Elvis's prescription medication. Let's have a look.
I never saw Elvis drugged up.
Aha! Right, hang on.
I saw Elvis drugged up. Grandma and Aunt Delta did. I never saw Elvis drugged up. Grandma and Aunt Delta didn't either. He would have never spoken to them in such a condition, and he saw Grandma a lot. My mom was concerned about taking how much medicine he was taking, but not that he was an addict. She never believed that at all. And if he was a dependent addict, as he's been portrayed, he wouldn't have been able to work and do the job that he did and do it so well. So I think all of that's been completely blown out of proportion, as a lot of other things have.
Okay, there's another one, but I'm not going to play that now because I'm going to do a separate video about Donna's about Donna's and her thoughts on Elvis's prescription medication. But did you hear that? Okay, Donna, Karen, did you hear that? Okay, yeah. Let me just check your comments. Did you hear that? Okay, let me know, guys. Did you hear that? Okay, I'll ask. So obviously Karen and Donna, Karen and Donna are together. So let me just ask. That's right. Let me just ask Donna if Donna. Hang on, let's get to the message. Right, I'm quickly asking now. Did you hear that? Okay. Okay. Right, you did. Good. There's another very long message from Donna concerning Elvis's prescription medication. That's for another show. Okay, guys? Right, so thank you for that. Perfect timing. So, Margaret, you got your answer. She did not read Sally's book. Okay? Right. Let's have a look. So Margaret says, Priscilla ruled after Elvis died. Yes, definitely. Ginger was so young. Priscilla was media savvy. Ginger had no chance against her manipulation. I fully agree. I've always said this. I've discussed this with Donna as well. Everyone was squeezed out. Everyone was cut off. Once Priscilla had power, the only people that were allowed to carry on being involved were the people that benefited Priscilla. Donna, do we agree with that? The people that everyone was cut off unless they kissed the ass of Priscilla, unless Priscilla benefited financially, unless you followed Priscilla's narrative. You get it? Then you were in the club. There were certain people that were allowed to stay in the club because they kissed Priscilla's ass. That I really believe that, guys. Yeah? Right, so Donna and Karen are still messaging me, so I'll just see what they're saying, okay? So Anita, Ginger would have her own feelings about Priscilla, and later years to come, she may say more. I'm having feelings. Priscilla would have been jealous with Elvis dating other women. So Ginger has discussed things with me, but I won't share things until she gives me permission. Okay, some things she said are private. Okay, so we'll see. Let's watch this space and let's see what happens. Yeah, I will only share with you guys what she wants me to share. Same goes for Donna. I get Donna's permission before I share anything. Okay, it's very important. So let's have a look here. So, right. So Donna does not read any books or articles about Elvis. Okay. Nor does she watch any TV interviews. I repeat, Donna does not read any books or articles about Elvis, nor any TV interviews. Okay. So this is coming in live to me now. Yeah. So. Let's have a look, guys. Oh, thanks, Vincenzo. That's a new name. Jules Human. Hi, Jules Human. How are you? Welcome to Team Elvis. Right. So Jules Human, you're a Donna Presley fan. Good, excellent. So am I. All of us here are. We are all Donna Presley fans. So I'm trying to play catch up with your comments, guys. Sorry. Yeah, Margaret says Lamar's book was horrific. Yeah, I think I've got it, Margaret. It's disgusting. Lamar Fike and Marty Lacker, the things they said about Elvis are absolutely disgusting. I horrified by the things that were said in All the King's Men and in the E True Hollywood documentary. I'm sorry, guys. A massive betrayal of Elvis. Massive, massive, massive betrayal. Okay, guys, let me just... I'm trying to play catch up. So, oh, it's Linda. All right, Linda. All right, you changed your name to Jules Human. Okay, that's fine. Right, why'd you change your name for? What's going on? You're trying to trick me, aren't you? All right, bye, Anita. You take care, Anita. Thank you. Okay, guys. Right, so, we're up to an hour, so I'm going to have to stop. But what time is it? I just want to say, guys, I feel very lucky I've been speaking to these people. Yeah, I am still going to play that interview now because I want you guys to see why I'm a fan of Ginger Alden. The way that she speaks about Elvis, looking forward to the future. I love it. The way that she has this optimistic view of Elvis in the last 9 months of his life. The fact that she goes against what everyone said. Ginger Alden goes against, even in her book, what the Memphis Mafia said, what the Smiths have said, what the Stanleys have said. She says, no, nah, all of that's bullshit. This is what happened. And this is why I like Ginger Alden. Because she shows the true man. Actually, even with Donna Presley's, what she's saying about Elvis and his prescription medication, it goes against what the people that have trashed and betrayed and backstabbed the family members, stepbrothers, Smiths, Memphis Mafia, Priscilla, who like to allow the world to think that Elvis was a druggie, a fat druggie, who was waiting to die, locked away in his bedroom, crawled up in a little ball. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Elvis was loving life and looking forward to life, and he was getting better, and he was getting control of his medication, his prescription medication. And that is why we are here. We are here to show the world that things are not as they have been unfairly portrayed, just so that all these people can cash in and make money by trashing Elvis and painting him in the most disgusting light. And that is what I love about Donna and Ginger. They don't ever trash Elvis. Ever. Both of them. Right. Okay. Let's play this video, okay, guys?
Wrote down all of my memories shortly after Elvis passed away. It was just my way of holding on. You know, I wanted to hold on and not forget. And time went on. I went forward with my life. I worked. I got married, had my son. And in the course of all this, a lot of untruths were being said regarding mine and Elvis's relationship, a lot of exaggerations. And
what were some of the untruths?
well, just that Elvis was unhappy, or we argued a lot, things like that, which was not true. And so I wanted to set the record straight, and I waited until my son, who just turned 20 this past August 20th, went off to college. And I I sat down, and it took me about 2 years, and I put together all of my memoirs, and finally I had my book.
There's a perception that has lingered for many years that when, just before Elvis died.
So this is important. This is why I love Ginger Alden, and she's really beautiful. She's stunning. She's still stunning now.
That he was unhappy. That he was this big guy who was just not the old Elvis that we all knew. That he had maybe even lost his will to live.
Right up until the day he died. I mean, there are just things that I've seen in books, and I said this wasn't what I witnessed. This wasn't the person I loved. This wasn't how he was those last, 9 months, and I was with him 98% of the time. He had asked me to move into Graceland, but I never did, and he said, I respect you for that. I just didn't at the time. It wasn't my way. And, but I was up there pretty much every day. And I just think the portrayal, the image of him, has been really unfair. And Elvis was not someone sitting up and gorging on. He could be compulsive sometimes when eating certain foods, but this image, I never once saw him eat a fried peanut butter, the famous fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I never once saw that.
So I guess your biggest concern.
Guys, I'm going to play it again. That is music to my ears. I don't think you realise just how special that is. I can honestly say, right, this is serious. Let me get your comments up. I want to hear what you guys are saying. Sorry. I can honestly say, of every single comment I've ever heard, from thousands of people, this is my favourite. Because this is a glimpse into the Elvis just before he passed away, to his mindset, to how he felt, how he was looking forward to the future. I love it. I'm going to play it again. I have to.
Maybe even lost his will to live.
Right up until the day he died.
This big guy who
Hang on.
before Elvis died, that he was unhappy. That he was this big guy who was just not the old Elvis that we all knew. That he had maybe even lost his will to live.
Right up until the day he died. I mean, there are just things that I've seen in books, and I said this wasn't what I witnessed. This wasn't the person I loved. This wasn't how he was those last, 9 months, and I was with him 98% of the time. He had asked me to move into Graceland, but I never did, and he said, I respect you for that. I just didn't at the time. It wasn't my way. And, but I was up there pretty much every day. And I just think the portrayal, the image of him, has been really unfair. And, Elvis was not someone sitting up and gorging on. He could be compulsive sometimes when eating certain foods. But this image, I never once saw him eat a fried peanut butter, the famous fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I never once saw that.
So I guess your biggest concern has been that a lot of what has happened over the past 40 years is that he's been defined by those final months of his life. Mm-hmm. And you're saying that what people perceived was his life really was not the reality.
He was never bored. He didn't act down. We laughed. We watched television. He played the organ in his room. Sometimes we went out. We rode three-wheelers. He had these great fun three-wheelers. We went motorcycle riding.
You still miss him?
Oh, yeah. I mean, of course. I miss that we didn't get to see where he was going to go and hear more of his music, and he had a lot left to do.
Yay! Now that is how you talk about Elvis. This is a good lesson. The Smiths, the Stanleys, that's how you talk about Elvis. You don't say a pretty story and then trash him. You don't say a pretty story, then trash him. That's the mistakes you're making. Now, Donna Presley, she has never trashed Elvis, ever. Never. She wouldn't dream of it. She wouldn't dream of it. Proper defenders. And obviously, she's a first cousin as well. A blood relative. Yeah. Remember, no matter what people say about Ginger Alden, he did get engaged to Ginger. He did plan to marry her. This isn't a maybe. Whether the marriage was in December or January or February, it's irrelevant. He loved her at one point enough to get engaged, enough to propose, enough to set a date for marriage. That's it. That's it. She was the girl he was with towards the end. She was with him the night he died. Let's repeat that. Elvis was with Ginger the night he died. Doesn't that tell you something? He wanted her to be there. That's it. That's all you need to know. There's no more to know, guys. So obviously I'm very proud to have spoke with Ginger today for about an hour. She has spoke to me a few times before, but today was a proper conversation. I'm very grateful. Obviously a big fan of Ginger's. I'm also a massive fan of Donna Presley as well. Please know that. Donna Presley is a beautiful person inside and out. I fully admire Donna. She's amazing. I think Donna has been very unfairly treated, very unfairly portrayed. She's been very brave to stand up to the crap that is said about her. And so is Ginger. Ginger has had crap said about her as well, hasn't she? Yeah. So I've just been told by... Do you know what? I think we're going to do a part 2. Guys, can we come back and do a part 2? Because there's quite a lot of you here. I think I've got half an hour. But we all agreed to do a part 2 straight away, stop and start. Can we do that? But we agreed, part 2, stop and start. No gap, just part 2. Yeah, there's too many people here. This is too important. Can I get a yes? Can I get a yes? Part 2, yes? Straight away, no gap. Just stop and start. I need a thumbs up from Team Elvis, Elvis fans around the world. Part 2, guys. Okay, give me 1 minute. Ginger Alden, thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking with you. Donna Presley,